All right, guys, the Utah Jazz get a huge victory over the Houston Rockets. This is Hanson James for the Utah Jazz postgame show on the Hoops Nerd channel. We're going to talk about the Rockets first, then the Jazz. I was really interested coming into this game to see how the Rockets would be without Trevor Ariza. He was the big offseason loss for the Rockets. And up until this game, the Rockets have had the 24th rated defense in the league, but I haven't had a lot of chance to see him, I'll just be honest. And so it was interesting to see how well the Rockets would do without Trevor Ariza. And for me, honestly, the answer was fine. I think the big reason there was two reasons the Rockets lost this game. James Harden was really good. He did get in foul trouble in this game, which kind of negated a lot of what he does. But the big loss, obviously, was Chris Paul. He was not in this game because of his suspension. And we all know Rockets fans and Jazz fans all are familiar with what happened in the playoffs. Chris Paul decimated the Jazz in the playoffs. The Jazz force everything into a mid-range shot because of Gobert at the rim, and they have all their defenders go out to the three-point line to try to force them into that mid-range shot because no one wants to challenge Gobert. But Chris Paul lives in that mid-range area and is lethal from there, and that's what killed the Jazz in the Rockets series. The Jazz have no answers for it. They can't stop it. Unless the Jazz get a defender that can keep Chris Paul from penetrating, keep Chris Paul from penetrating, there's nothing the Jazz can do. And because he wasn't in the game, the Jazz, that's a big reason the Jazz won this game. Eric Gordon missed a lot of shots. Some of those was Donovan Mitchell contesting, and some of it was just Eric Gordon missed. But the big reason for the Rockets losing this game, and it's something for Rockets fans to watch, and I think Rockets fans, let me know what you think in the comments, but Donovan Mitchell, every single time he saw Carmelo Anthony guarding him on the perimeter, just attacked. Like, the Jazz switched everything they could just to set up that ISO situation with Donovan and Carmelo, and then Carmelo just went to the rim, and it was it. There was nothing the Rockets could do. And so Carmelo is a big minus on the defensive end. He did hit some three-point shots on the other end, which is good, and he had a couple mid-range shots, and he had actually some nice moments on the offensive end, but man, defensively, the Jazz just attacked him. It was the Thunder series all over again. If Rockets fans, you want to see what happens to Carmelo Anthony when Donovan Mitchell's on the floor, go watch the Thunder playoff series because it was so bad, that's why they traded him. Donovan Mitchell did it. But anyways, the Rockets look like they'll actually be fine when Chris Paul gets back. They're that good. Harden left the game with a hamstring issue, so hopefully there's nothing that bad with his hamstring. Hopefully it's just a small thing. For the Utah Jazz, big time win. Chris Paul was out. You had to get this victory. And the biggest thing of all was that Donovan Mitchell was back. 38 points. And he would have had 40 if Rudy Gobert would have handed the ball. Inbounded it. He inbounded it to Ricky, and he didn't get it to Donovan for 40. And he knew it. Ricky, you should have given it to Donovan, and Rudy, you as well. It's okay. 38 points for Donovan Mitchell. Vintage Donovan Mitchell from last season in the playoffs. If Donovan Mitchell can do this again, the Jazz become lethal. He is that good. When he's hitting that three, when he is getting isolated on a poor defender and can just go to the rim, it's curtains. And tonight, Donovan Mitchell had 7 assists. That's probably the biggest thing. That's the next step. So in this game, we see an elite player in James Harden. But what makes James Harden so good is his ability to pass the ball and get 5 to 15 assists anywhere in that range every night. And that's what Donovan Mitchell needs to be able to do. And tonight he scored 7 assists. He's got a lot of development to do, but the playmaking is what will make him better. And if he can get 7 assists like this every night, you want that ball in his hands all night long. Now, the other thing that was really impressive about Donovan Mitchell's performance is how bad Ricky Rubio was. And I know Ricky Rubio stands, you're going to say mean things to me in the comments. I don't care. Ricky Rubio had 2 points. He had like 4 assists and like 5 to 6 turnovers. And he only got those last 2 points in the last 10 minutes of the game, which was an important 2 points. But if he didn't miss all those shots and have 5 or 6 turnovers, it wouldn't have even been that close, honestly. And so there's got to be a point where I don't know what the Jazz do, but the ball needs to be in Donovan Mitchell's hands more and more and more, especially as he develops as a playmaker. And Ricky Rubio right now is being a great mentor for Donovan, but man, when Rubio has nights like tonight, it's rough. And on the other hand, Dante Exum had a really nice night. He hit shots. He was efficient. He hit a 3, maybe 2 threes. I can't remember. Penetrates with the ball and gets passes and things. Dante's coming. Joe Ingles looks a little tired to me, but had a good night. And Joe Ingles just being on the floor makes the Jazz better. They have to guard him. His shooting is elite, and they know it, and they have to guard him. And so it opens up lanes for Donovan and Ricky and Dante and whoever. The other big thing I'm noticing right now with the trend for the Jazz is when Jay Crowder's on the floor, the Jazz are just flat out better. One of the reasons that Donovan has struggled the first 3 games is he hasn't had space at the rim. The guy guarding Derek Favors can just back into the paint, and Donovan gets double teamed at the rim, and then we wonder why he can't make a shot. We need spacing, and Jay Crowder provides that, and so I don't know what the answer is. I wonder if there's a starting lineup change at some point this season, and it's probably going to be at the power forward. And I tell you what, there's another guy that's coming that's looking really, really nice, and his name is George Niang. That's a guy you need to watch if you're Jazz fans. Watch George Niang. He is going to get more and more and more minutes as the season goes on. He's elite. 50% three-point shooting, passes the ball, and defends really well. And Jay Crowder right now is shooting 40% from 3. Around there. I don't know what it is after tonight, but Jay Crowder's a big deal. And that spacing was palpable tonight. You could see it. If anyone didn't see the spacing, you're not watching. So, fantastic to see Donovan Mitchell blow out of his shooting slump tonight and get to the rim. I still think that three-point shot has a lot of work to do, but it was nice to see it to go in a little bit more tonight. But the big thing was that Donovan was scoring at the rim. It's his best weapon, and he was doing it at an elite level tonight, and it's no wonder the Jazz won. Finally, Rudy Gobert is a monster. Every night you can expect Rudy Gobert to be an incredible defensive player, and when he's getting those lobs at the rim, when the Jazz are setting things up to get a nice lob, he finishes it with efficiency. It's great. Anyways, guys, like and subscribe the video. It's right there. Do it. Like and subscribe. We will talk about basketball more and more and more every day. I'll talk to you later.